And action.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. Holy, holy, holy.
That's what we're talking about tonight,
Okay.
holiness.
Is the Lord God Almighty. And because of God's holiness, then we are made holy.
We are.
That is, I mean, you sit there and you know yourself and you think, I'm not holy. I'm not. But because of Him, we're able to say that we can be holy because He is holy.
If we look back at the Old Testament and God made certain things holy, He appointed them as holy and sacred. The only thing that made them, they were nothing. I mean, you think about Moses when he was in the wilderness and this bush was on fire and he goes up and the bush starts talking to him and it's actually God. And God tells him, take off your sandals.
Because you're standing
on holy ground. That ground was the same before Moses walked to it as it was right then. The only change was God had presence there.
God was there, and it became holy. Wow.
So how do we make us holy? I mean, how are we holy? We're holy because God says we're holy.
Well, holiness happens when God takes ordinary objects and claims them for His purpose. Guess what? We're ordinary objects.
Very
and
ordinary.
He has claimed us for His purpose.
And holiness happens when God proclaims it, not when a person performs it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's when God does it. It has all to do with God, nothing to do with us. Now, does that mean we can live any kind of life we want and still be holy? No, that means that we have to actually live a life. God called us to do special works and to be holy.
So the idea is the holiness is received and not achieved. And that really shouldn't come as a shock because, again, it all comes from Him. But we're trying to, it's kind of that, how do we live up to His standard?
Exactly. And if you think about, like in 1 Peter 2:9, it says, you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for His own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of Him who called you out of darkness into His marvelous light. So it's God's declaration on us that we are holy, not ourselves.
Well, let's look at our key verse. We find it in Leviticus chapter 11, verse 45. God said, I am the Lord who brought you up out of the land of Egypt to be your God.
Right.
And you shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. Wow, that is amazing.
That's exactly right. Holiness happens when God shows up. And that's such a key term. I mean, if we just remember that we want His presence at all times.
Well, God always intended for His followers to have a personal access and a sacred purpose.
So how can we be holy? What's the idea? What's the end answer to that?
Well, there's two things that we can think. One, God's ways are better. And they're the better ways for us,
always.
Right? Leading to greater happiness and personal experience here on this earth. But God's election for us deserves our best representation of Him. So we should then focus on how do we project the best for our God. Give Him our excellence. But realize it's not in our own efforts that we ultimately get that. Because He put His hand on you and said, mine. Just like when we were in kindergarten going, my chair, my this, mine, my spot. Well, God claims us and says, hey, guess what, child? You're mine. And now we become holy. We're set apart, sanctified.
Wow.
What a beautiful thing.
God, the creator of this universe, chose me.
Chose you. And me.
Chose you.
So God bless you. We love you. And remember.
Have a good day.
Mine.
Mine.